The musical Nandi returns to the Playhouse Theatre in Durban this month. The musical tells the story of Queen Nandi, the mother of King Shaka, and pays tribute to the Queen's strength, conviction, triumphs and tribulations, and her success in raising a great leader of the Zulu people. Nandi the Musical will delight audiences with 6 shows, including a special performance on Friday, March 8th. The production is directed by Edmund Mhlongo, and he joins me live. Edmund, appreciate your time. Let's talk about the inspiration and vision to kick off. What inspired you to create Nandi the Musical, and what message or vision did you aim to convey through this production?
Thanks so much and good morning. Nandi the Musical is an extraordinary story of Nandi, the princess of Elangeni, who later was honored by her son Shaka as a queen in his new Zulu kingdom. She actually sacrificed a lot of things, Nandi herself. And through the sacrifices and many challenges she faced, then she succeeded in raising her child, Shaka, who later built this Zulu kingdom that we celebrate today. And therefore the musical is saluting her achievement, sharpness and leadership qualities. Nandi is also known as the first prominent single parent to excel in raising her children. He has become a symbol of strength for women worldwide, such that many women in the world and many mothers in the world, even so that when I was in America, they named their daughters after her. The story promotes gender equality, as we know that March is the International Women's Month, and March 8th is an International Women's Day. That's why we want to tell the story of this unknown person, because many people only know Shaka, but they don't know the mother, who was the strength behind the kingdom that Shaka built.
So how important was it for you to accentuate certain values, such as the ability of Queen Nandi to raise an incredible individual, such as King Shaka?
It was important for me, not because I'm coming from her clan name, Mhlongo, but I think for me it was important because when you look at the history, when you look at the top 100 women who are queens of the world, Nandi is there in the top 100. When you look at the top 10 queens of Africa, Nandi is there. And there are a lot of queens in Africa, Queen Sheba, Queen Zinga, Queen Ashante. Those are extraordinary women, and Nandi is equated to those ones. Even here in KwaZulu, the whole land of KwaZulu is respected as Kwelgamtania, another great queen.
So let's talk about how you approach storytelling to ensure authenticity and emotional resonance with the audience, because this is your interpretation of a particular story or events that happened in our history. But obviously, while you do that, there's still the need to remain authentic whilst allowing you as an individual to portray your interpretation.
It is important, especially the first step is doing research, the secondary research, which I did for about 3 years, and then went to the primary research, when I went to where Nandi was born in Mthonjaneni in Melmoth. It's called Melmoth today, but it's Mthonjaneni. And then I interviewed the family, the old grannies there, and a lot of information was discovered, and I realized how strong and steadfast this woman is, especially when you look at our society. It is still under the cultural stereotypes where women, still have to fight for their places. But the Nandi is now a good example of that. So it was important for me to juxtapose the research with the facts so that the story is not distorted, it's told in an authentic way. And hence we've got this Nandi the Musical story.
Now, how much did your understanding of the story of Queen Nandi change after you did the level of research? I mean, you talk about spending 3 years doing a huge amount of research. Did it alter your version of things prior to this?
In a way, yes, because I only knew Nandi as the mother of Shaka. That's it. Even when you look at the tons and tons of books that are written, You only see Nandi was the mother of Shaka. She raised her. She went to Zulu family, royal family, and was dumped there because the Langeni people they did not want to see the shame of their princess being impregnated before the marriage. And while she was there, she was not treated well. And then she ended up going back to her homestead at Elangen. And even there, she came at the wrong time because there was a big hunger and drought of the time. And she was also accosted by the other women in Elangen. And she ended up trekking again out of her Elangen family, going to Kwamtetwa. And that's where she settled. And then sent Shaka to Chief Dingiswayo, who was a prominent chief of the Mtetwa. And then that's the one who mentored Shaka on the leadership up until he took the throne and then created the kingdom. And then Nandi was elevated from being a princess to a queen, an honorary queen of the Zulu kingdom, not a married queen, but an honorary king of the Zulu kingdom of her son.
Well, let's talk about how the process of casting came about and how you selected actors for the various roles. And I'd also like you to touch on the qualities you were looking for in the portrayal of Queen Nandi herself.
Yeah, that was a challenging one because you're looking for a very strong character who can lead the story. And then the actress was Ntokozo Ngobo as a old Nandi, and then you've got Umampo Mshweshwe who plays the young Nandi. And when you look at them, you cannot differentiate them. So the casting is very important, especially when you are tackling a story of this importance, so that even the people from her clan will, associate and say, yeah, maybe she was like this because of the way of the quality of the actor that has been casted in the production. So it took me a lot of time and working with the actors and trying to help them on how they walk. How can you walk queenly as a queen, as Nandi used to be, and at the same time being a sharpness person, being sharp and show qualities of leadership.
Now, when we talk about a role such as that of Queen Nandi, how important was it for that individual, in this instance, to immerse herself? Was she familiar with the Zulu culture prior to this, to the extent of being able to play this role, or was there time needed for her to immerse herself in order to play the role as you saw fit?
Definitely. Most of especially of our actors, performing artists, you'll find that they only focusing more on the artistic side of the things, their qualities, their skills, their techniques. And when they come across the story, you find that they've got less information. Luckily, they will have myself, who's also a director of the production. We've done tons of research about Nandi. And then we will guide them and on how they should be immersing themselves about this extraordinary person. And then it's a matter of mentoring them and taking them through and challenging them to ensure that their research is done also about the character biography, so that when they present Nandi, everyone will say, yeah, there was Nandi, even though they didn't know Nandi.
Fantastic. Edmund, before we let you go, just give us a reminder of where people can watch this incredible musical.
The production is at the Playhouse in Durban, Playhouse Company Theatre in Durban, from the 7th until the 10th of March. You know, March is an International Women's Month, and also 8th of March is International Women's Day. So then we decided that let's create, the staging, let's make the staging so that it coincides with this important month. Because many people here in South Africa, they don't even know that March is an International Women's Month. We only know August because August is a South African Women's Month. And they don't even know about the 8th of March as International Women's Day. And that's the reason why we're taking the production to the Playhouse from the 7th until the 9th, until the 10th of March.
Edmund Mhlongo, Artistic Director, narrating to us about Nandi the Musical, which is available for audiences in KZN in the coming days.